Are you sure?
Here's the 30-second lesson on what legends know. Never ask a bride why she's getting married. Don't wear a skirt on a windy day. Deodorant is not a shower. Don't sniff chili flakes. And don't forget, saving is not investing. Legends don't just save, they invest in mutual funds. Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.
Telangana Chief Minister Revanth Reddy has just given us the cue to look at the prospects in the ongoing general elections in a teasingly counterintuitive manner. In fact, I had thought of using the adjective spicily counterintuitive or deliciously counterintuitive, but sometimes I worry about nuance. Sometimes I worry about nuance, subtlety. In today's debate, people tend to miss it. And sarcasm, for heaven's sake, God forbid if you use it, because there are enough people, most people get it, but there are enough people who will not get it and who will get angry over something which is meant to be funny. That's the reason I avoided saying in the written version of this column spicily or deliciously, because kaun janta hai how it will be seen, but I'm explaining it to you. I'm saying it here because at least I can explain it to you. And what was this teasingly counterintuitive approach that he gave us the cue for? That is by looking at the Congress party's likely numbers in the election instead of the Bharatiya Janata party's. In a detailed interview with the print political editor D.K. Singh and senior associate editor Neelam Pandey, both of whom you know well, Reddy said his party only needed 125 seats, 125 to form the next government, while the BJP would need a minimum of 250. Now, I know, so many of you are triggered already with my saying this. From where will he get these numbers? What kind of fantasy is it? 125 for Congress, for heaven's sake, kahan se layega wo? Where will he get them from? That's why I say, please stay with me for a bit. This national interest is written by me personally, not by ChatGPT. And you know, when I write something, you can expect complexities as we go along. There are no presumptions made. We never make these presumptions, particularly on elections, and we never predict an election, forget the numbers. Revanth Reddy's argument is the Congress now has allies and also the confidence of the allies. The BJP doesn't have either. We can also add that history tells us that a party can lead a coalition with a sub 150 score. The Congress won 145 seats against BJP's 138 in 2004 and formed the first BJP government because more allies were willing to join it over the BJP. It only had 7 more seats than the BJP, and yet it formed the government because it had more allies willing to join it. You would have thought that because Vajpayee already was in power, that BJP might have had greater magnetism in attracting allies. But no, it was the Congress party that was able to get more allies. So with just a margin of 7 over the BJP in 2004, it was able to form a government with just 145. So once again, I repeat, with this sub 50 score, history tells us that a party can form a government, a party can lead a coalition. Once again, however, it is fair to ask, how does anybody in the Congress imagine reaching even 125? It's a long way from where they are right now. There is, however, a way of approaching the biggest question today by stepping off the beaten path. And what is the beaten path? With just 3 weeks to go for the counting of votes, the discussion about the outcome continues to boil in the cauldron of expectations only from the BJP. What will the number be, you think? The number they are all talking about is the BJP's number. Can it be 370? The target that Narendra Modi, Prime Minister, initially set, with 30 more for allies, taking it to 400 paar? Will it be 2030 plus or minus 303 or 303, the 2019 score? Can the party fall below 272? And if so, by how many? It is as if you know who's going to win the final match and are only debating how many runs, wickets, or if it's a football game, goals. What if we turn the equation inside out and asked, what about the performance of the loser? Now, this will trigger the Congress and Modi critics because they might say, how can you call us the loser? How do you know? The fact is, we can't see the Congress coming out on top simply because it is contesting only 328 seats, the lowest in history. It was actually 330. Two of those seats have been decided uncontested, that is Surat and Indore. So today the Congress party is only contesting 320 seats, which is the lowest in history. In 2014 and 19, the Congress won 44 and 52 and the BJP 282 and 303 seats respectively. Now, given how the contests stack up state by state, we can safely say that if the BJP has to add to its 303, most of these will have to come from non-Congress parties, NCP, Shiv Sena, TMC, BRS, BJD, even DMK and then the YSRCP in Andhra. Against the Congress, it has already maxed out. It doesn't have that much more to get from the Congress. It has already maxed out, winning 92% of the seats where they were rivals in 2019. तो बचा क्या है कांग्रेस के पास देने के लिए? The Congress therefore has almost nothing to lose to the BJP. Now, reverse this equation. Instead of the BJP, what is it that the Congress can win back? That's an interesting question. Beginning north in Himachal, Uttarakhand, come down like that. Himachal, Uttarakhand, Haryana, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, and moving west and south to Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa, and Karnataka, south and southwest. The Congress lost almost every seat to the BJP. In fact, it won only 9 of the total of 322 seats in these states. Just 9 of the 322. Think about it. That's why it has nothing more to lose. Large chunks of the seats it won were where the BJP wasn't its rival. In Kerala and Tamil Nadu, for example, in the 328 seats the Congress is now contesting, its main rival is the BJP. What this means is that the onus of stopping the Narendra Modi BJP Ashwamedha short is on the Congress party. If anybody has to stop it short of any mark, 303 mark, 272 mark, 250 mark, any mark you set, the onus is on the Congress party. Any seats Congress party can win back will strain the BJP's final tally. It doesn't need 125 when 90 is enough. Here is how. Let me explain to you. The equation actually is quite linear. If the Congress goes to 80, the BJP will fall by 25-30 over its 2019 tally. Of course, the BJP and its backers would say that it will gain in Odisha, West Bengal, Telangana and Andhra from non-Congress parties. All of these will be from non-Congress parties. And they may actually be right. Contrarily, you could also argue that the BJP has some stresses against the Thackeray Shiv Sena, Sharad Pawar's NCP and Tejashwi Yadav's party, all three parties. For the sake of this argument, therefore, we can safely say that any 10 additional seats for the Congress above 52 will mean 10 fewer for the BJP. That's the reason we said this equation is quite linear. If the Congress reached 90, for example, it would have a pretty good chance of holding the BJP well below 272 mark. 100 seats for the Congress party will actually rock national politics. I am not saying this will or can happen. I am underlining a basic equation that the loser needs much less to make a difference than the front runner. Or let's put it another way, an additional 30 seats for the BJP going up to 330s won't make any difference to the strength and quality of its next government. 30 fewer will have several substantive consequences. The only way this can come to pass is if the Congress adds at least 30 or some more to its tally of 52, which means Congress goes upwards of 80. Every Congress seat above 70 will rebalance national politics. Whatever the party's claims, Congress party's claims, it is a big ask for it, especially because in most of these seats, they will need to beat the BJP or more precisely Narendra Modi. The difference in the relative vote counts of 2019 will mean that it will be starting with a large deficit. Where will the Congress conjure up these 30 additional seats, which is the minimum to make a difference? It will look at the states where it lost everything to the BJP in 2019 and either has an alliance now or powerful state governments. Karnataka and Telangana come up first, where it had just 1 and 3 out of 28 and 17 seats respectively. Then Maharashtra, because the BJP's allies are broken and the Congress has a new ally in the Thackeray Shiv Sena. Now we come closer to the Hindi states. In Bihar, the BJP's ally is weaker, JDU, and the Congress would believe its own Tejashwi is stronger. In Jharkhand again, the ally factor could work, particularly because Hemant Soren's arrest would bring some more tribal sympathy. Then you leapfrog Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, whatever the Congress party's claims, and come straight to Haryana, Delhi, Chandigarh and Himachal Pradesh. Currently, the Congress party has only one seat out of 22 in these. The BJP won all but one of the 21 that it won with more than 50% vote share. The Congress and the paar, however, in alliance now. Will that and the absence of a Pulwama Balakot-like fervor flip a few seats now, especially in Haryana? If you run your eye over this list again, an addition of 30 or even a bit more is not an impossibility. Remember, I didn't say likely. I repeat, remember, I didn't say likely, but it is not an impossibility. 2 here, 3 there, 4 there, like that. For all I know, the Congress could come up shorter than 52 as well. We will know on June 4. It is just that guessing the BJP's final numbers is less fun than the Congress party's. Now you know why I described Revanth Reddy's cue on this election outcome as teasingly counterintuitive, or would you have preferred that I used spicily or deliciously instead? You make those choices. Be your own editor. And you know what? This is heavy political season. There is a lot of news going on. So why wait till the next day for newspaper editorials or the so-called TV discussions and debates in the evenings, which don't tell you anything except repeat the totally predictable views of participants. Again, when a big story breaks out, you are searching for analysis. What happened? Why should you wait for the newspapers the next day? That's the reason the print has now introduced 2 new products, which I urge you to track. So when a big story breaks out, why should you wait till the next morning to see what the newspapers are saying by way of an analysis? We'll give it to you right away. So that product is called instant analysis. The second, again, you want to know a view on something, an opinion. We give you a new product again called Snap Opinion. Today, for example, the big story was the Swati Maliwal episode, Swati Maliwal Aam Aadmi Party episode. So as the story broke, there was an instant analysis, hashtag instant analysis, done between Neelam Pandey and Bismi Taskin. And further, because this story was dominating the news cycle, we also published a quick opinion, what we call as Snap Opinion or hashtag Snap Opinion by our political editor, DK Singh. So please check these out and track these products. So I'm sure you're going to find them spicy, delicious, again choose your adjective, but basically quite fulfilling in this very noisy and raucous news environment, which more often than not leaves us confused and actually mostly quite irritable as well.